niggas is filming. Ow. What am I gonna say? What am I gonna say? Hello, reporting live. Okay. What is good, y'all? It is your girl, Confident Black Girl, and I am back with another video. I know y'all are happy. Some of y'all been in my comments and in my DMs like, when is another video? Here it is. Listen, when I tell you, first of all, let me just explain something. This is not like a get together, but this is just an explanation. I started YouTube when I was like 22 or 21, I think. Yeah, I'm 24 now. Life has picked up. You know, I was in school at the time, so yeah, there was that. I graduated. Woo, shout out to me. I know, Pam, period. Shout out to class of 2020, period. We got through a lot. But since I have graduated, I have been getting and dabbling into, you know, different stuff. You know, I need a job. You know, I have an internship. I'm now with a fellowship. You know, I be busy. And I'm so sorry that I be leaving y'all hanging. But honestly, y'all just gonna have to understand, like, people got lives, you know? Like, YouTube, I don't even do this for money. You know, I do this for my own enjoyment. And I just want to take the time real quick to plug my Instagram. Even though I am not as active on YouTube, it does take a lot to, you know, record and then edit and upload a video. I am more active on my Instagram. If you did not know, I am a writer. I write every week for Self-Care Sunday, you know, some healing words and all of that a lot of people do appreciate. So hop on the bandwagon and follow me on Instagram. Especially if you like my videos, you'll like my writing even more. So it's like, when I'm feeling good, that's when I can film. Sometimes I don't be feeling good. Sometimes I have nothing to do, but I just want to lay in bed. I know y'all know what that's like. So with all that being said, I am back. I'm feeling great. I'm feeling marvelous. I'm feeling as good as I look. And here we are, part 2 of, I don't even know how many parts this is gonna be, but of the healing series of how I teach y'all, how I give y'all tips on how to feel your feelings. Now, topic 2, tip 2. Well, no. This is the second video, but this is tip number 3 because I did 2 tips in the first video. I remember that. Tip 3 in the tips on how to feel your feelings is to actually acknowledge your hurt and pain. Let me say that again. Actually acknowledge your hurt and your pain. And I wanted to repeat that because a lot of us shy away from it. A lot of us run away from it. A lot of us, you know, actively sprint away from actually acknowledging our hurt and pain. And we do this in many ways. We either, you know, like overtly just like no and just like reject it, and nobody can ever bring it up. We can't even bring it up. We can't even like poke it a little bit. We just shut down and reject it. Some of us, like myself, in the name of, you know, being vulnerable and relating to you all, hopefully, you know, well, I know this relates to someone, but some of us, and I'm smiling because I'm like really dragging myself right now, we acknowledge, yeah, how we feel, but only a certain aspect of how we feel. Meaning, we're acknowledging, okay, I feel something, I feel some pain. But in delving into our feelings, a lot of us choose to just stop at anger. Yeah. We go into ourselves, we confront our anger, and then we just stop. And we don't go deeper into our actual hurt and pain. Because yes, anger is an emotion, but a lot of us use it as a mask to mask the more vulnerable emotions. A lot of us are only willing to admit that something made us angry or resentful or enraged, or something of that nature, of an aggressive, masculine, and I guess respected emotion. Because our emotions such as sadness and hurt and pain often are not respected. Look at society. They don't respect people who cry. We all look at it as weak. If you cry, then you're physically admitting to a weakness. If you admit that something hurt you or something caused you pain, then you're getting more vulnerable. And for a lot of people, like I said, they see vulnerability and the more vulnerable emotions as weaknesses. And so we do ourselves a disservice pretty much when we only stop at anger. But in order to heal, truly heal, fully heal, go deep to our roots, to our core wounds, or just to what is bothering you at the moment. We don't have to go that deep to core wounds. I know a lot of y'all probably looked at the video like, oh honey, core wounds, I didn't know we was getting this deep. We don't have to get that deep. If you do want to get that deep, then definitely apply the deepness to this video. And honestly, leave a comment. Leave a comment if y'all want a specific topic that gets deep. Because honestly, I'm not afraid to go deep, honey. We could do that. But basically, in order to heal from a situation that hurt you, you have to actually acknowledge the full spectrum of how something hurt you and not just stop at one tick of anger. So yes, while being sad and hurt and in pain, it can make us angry and it can make us frustrated. You're doing yourself a disservice by just stopping there. You gotta allow yourself to go deeper. Simply admitting to yourself, let's forget admitting to the other person. Sometimes you don't even get the chance to admit how another person hurt you. But that doesn't mean that your healing process stops. This idea, just to go on a small tangent, because I'm prone to tangents, child, and I'm trying to stay on track. But, this idea of closure and needing another person for closure, needing another person to acknowledge your feelings, and honestly, within that is needing another person to validate your feelings. You don't need that. When we discuss closure, you don't have to include the other person who hurt you into the equation. You can get closure yourself. It can be a solely individual process of achieving closure. But in order to do that, you have to get past anger and really admit to yourself, this hurt me. And in admitting that to yourself can create, well, not even can, will create an even deeper connection to yourself and your emotions, because we are our emotions. We don't have to separate ourselves from our emotions. It's actually very unhealthy. Even our more quote-unquote negative emotions like anger, like frustration, like sadness, and like pain, we don't have to separate or distance ourselves from it, because it's us. And who is to say that, I know these emotions are painful, but it's literally not the end of the world. If you feel this, if you just acknowledge that you are hurt, you will not die. Like I said in the last video, when you go to feel, it may feel like in a moment you dead can't handle it. But that's why you create a safe physical space, a safe emotional space, but also a safe space within you. By simply admitting to yourself that something hurt you, it helps to remove the shame that we have around these more quote-unquote negative emotions. And that can help us to admit more things to ourselves, to learn more about ourselves, and overall connect better with ourselves, which a lot of us, we don't even know that we lack connection with ourselves. And I know that sounds wild, honey, I am me. How am I not connected? I'm in myself, I'm in my body. But you would be surprised, how many people are walking around just not knowing themselves because they don't allow themselves to feel. They have not yet created a safe space, or were not able to create a safe space within themselves to acknowledge their pain. Especially since, you know, we don't want to seem weak to ourselves. Honestly, that's really why, a huge reason why I wanted to do this series and make these videos. Change that notion that our emotions are weaknesses, you know? Hugely powerful. They give us so much power when we embrace them. So in the name of embracing our emotions. The other side to this tip on actually acknowledging your hurt and pain is also another way that I am dragging myself. Please don't hate me, y'all. I did have to stop the video right here, or else it was gonna be too long, but don't worry because part 2 is coming sooner than you think. Stay tuned and watch out for part 2 on Monday because it gets juicy. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank y'all for watching. I will see y'all Monday in the next one. Bye.